my channel. Yesterday I went to the last prize giving for my school, so it was like a graduation of sorts, I suppose. So today I decided to make a video about all of the achievements I've got this year, and it's like a sort of a goodbye to my high school years, or college if you like. The first thing I did in the year was a show called Bouncers. Normally I go and act on stage. I don't normally do the backstage and lighting sort of things, but this time there's only 4 guys on stage, so I did the lighting. This is the certificate I got for it. My cat kindly walked all over it, so it's got a bit of footprints on it, but still, I keep it. I think... well, the second thing I did was... well, this one I'm quite proud of, because I was a lead role. It's Miss Marple. And I was, of course, Miss Marple, and I had to play an old lady, and it was the hardest show I've ever done. But it was one of the ones I'm most proud of, and yeah, it was a good one. It was funny when I was playing Miss Marple. I was like halfway through the season. It was cold, like it was winter, and generally I'm not the healthiest person, so I usually get sick all winter. Basically, like one after the other, I get colds and colds and colds. So during Miss Marple, the actual show season, I got a cold, and it was alright at first. I just had a bit of a blocked nose and etc. and stuff, but I think it must have been the second show night. I woke up in the morning, and I sat in the living room, and I suddenly realised I couldn't speak, and it was just a noise came out, just like I sounded like a mouse or something. And I tried so many things to make it fix, but by the time, I went to get, so you gotta go an hour early before the show and get costume and stuff. I went there an hour early and my voice was still gone. People gave me all sorts of lozenges and salted water and stuff, and no, it didn't help. So I went on stage and I could just hold my voice. If I talked at a lower tone, I could hold my voice for about one line, but generally at the end of the line it would squeak. At one point I had this big, it wasn't a huge speech, but it was like a paragraph, and I was saying it, and I was halfway through it, and it was just nothing came out anymore, and the people on stage were great about that. They subtly handed me water as if it was a prop, and I tried to drink it and I just ended up coughing like crazy, and I couldn't say my lines, so I had to mime. I was acting alongside this quite a lot older guy, about 60, and he was the inspector, and I was acting alongside him, and I had to mime sort of to him that, what my line was, and then he would sort of say my line as if he thought of it. So I was palming my lines off at other people because I couldn't actually speak, and it was one of the scariest things ever. And the last bit, I was the final showdown where I find the murderer and everything. I can't palm my lines off on everyone else because I have to explain it, and the villain's not going to explain it. I have to explain what was happening, so I had to go on stage with a throaty in my mouth and a cup of water, and the cup of water I had to act like it was a prop. But at the same time I had to hold my voice, so I had to talk really deep and really flat the whole time to be able to hear it. And the very last line, it was probably the last couple of words, I burst into a coughing fit, and during the curtain call I was just holding my breath and trying not to cough, and the audience, they all knew, of course, but it's probably the main reason I say it's the hardest show I've ever done. After that, I did it was the end of year show. It was written by a New Zealand lady. It was about cows, and the cows talked and the farmers didn't. I was Mrs. Farmer, which that means I didn't talk. It was all mime. And I had Mr. Farmer, and we had got up to all range of antics, and it was extremely fun to do because I didn't have to learn any lines. So that was really good fun. And I'm still going to go back and sing a few of the songs for a rest home, but it won't be quite the same. It's never quite the same. That's what the president of our theatre said on the last night. He was like, you can never recreate what you have in a certain show. Each show is always good, but you can never recreate one show, so you always got to make the most of all of the show nights. And you always look back to it I wish we could do it again, but if we did do it again, it wouldn't be the same. For the Jersey Girls, where I played Mrs. Farmer, I also did as you probably didn't see, but on my certificate it says set painter and makeup eyelasher, which is, that's not a word, but I did the set painting, so I painted this whole mural on the side of the stage. It was like a farm scene, and we had to paint all these little pine trees in the background. It took quite a few days. We'd go there and have to unlock and paint it. And also, on it was the second to last dress rehearsal, we did a makeup test, because I'd been to a couple of makeup workshops, and, well, one, and I had a bit of an idea of what to do, and so all us girls did separate faces on people to see how it would look, and the director ended up liking how I did the eyelashes and the makeup most of all. So during all the show nights I had to do all of these cow eyelashes on these girls, and it was like they were big, and I had to use liquid eyeliner, and it took forever. I always had a headache after that from the bright lights, and yeah, that was good fun too. The particular look I was going for with the cows, I could say it looked a little bit like the band Kiss or something, but mainly it was inspired by, in my year 12, I did a portfolio, I was Alice in Wonderland themed, and I did this style of painting that was quite dramatic and sort of surreal. Like, I drew all of the Mad Tea Party characters with these giant eyelashes and huge eyebrows, and everything was exaggerated to make them look sort of insane. And so I knew when I was doing the cows that, like, if you're on stage you want everything to be exaggerated, and I did that with the eyelashes, because there's no point in making them like human eyelashes. If you're going to be a cow and have eyelashes, you may as well make them big, so that's what I did. So after that, I haven't done any shows since then, but yesterday I went to the Prizegiving for my school, and the first award I got was a Merit Award, which looks pretty good. A Merit Award for excellent enthusiasm and achievement in all subjects. Which, yeah, that sounds really good when you talk about it. The next one I got was an academic award. So this is recognised across the whole of New Zealand rather than just a regional award. Like, my previous one was a regional award, so it was only for the Central North Island, but this is across the whole of New Zealand. It's for good progress in English, which is good because English is my favourite subject, so it's good to have an award in it. This next one is the biggest prize I got, and it's for classical studies, so I'm the top student in classical studies across the whole country. I got a $40 Whitcool's voucher, which is cool. I guess I could buy some pens or something. So that was all good fun. I think probably the thing I'm most proud of what I did this year is I won the junior writing competition for the Tokoroa Little Theatre. It's I wrote a little play called I can't do this. Best Laid Plans. It's a one-act play. It ended up being about 20 minutes, but it was about a girl, and she had a crush on this boy, but he turned out, well, she had a crush on him all this time, and she was like making all these plans to get him and stuff, but then it turned out he was actually gay, and yeah, it was, I suppose it was funny, but I won the category and it was fun. Which is good. Like, I suppose it's a good reference for later, like, because I want to write. That's my main goal, and to have something like that on my CV is, I think it's a very good thing. And the good thing about doing the junior writing competition for Tokoroa was that they were getting all the winning contestants, and even sometimes the runners-up, to be a part of their one-act play season. So next year, my play is going to be performed in Tokoroa, and hopefully for Tararua too, so that'll be really good. It did already get read at what they call a little bit posh concert, which I waitress at. I bring tea to all of the guests, and they read it, but you know, it didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped because it was the first time reading it. But if it's performed, like, properly rehearsed, I'll be really excited to see it. And now that, well, I've finished high school now, it's odd, like, it seems like I'm still too young to finish it, but I applied to University of Waikato before I'd finished, and I got an acceptance letter for a Bachelor of Arts in 2017. I'm studying, it's a double major, English and Theatre Studies. So that's going to be good because English has always been my favourite subject, and theatre, well, I do that in my spare time, so it's just two things I like doing, and I'll combine them. So I didn't really expect anyone to, like, you know, buy me anything because I was going to university, but my granddad, who I've never met, bought me an Apple MacBook, a brand new one. See, I've still got the stickers, I haven't used them, and to use at university, so it's like way faster than any other laptop I've ever had, and which would be really good because I've got video production papers in year 1, and I've got writing, of course, so it'll be a big advantage to have that. It's actually a big step to go to university for me because I've always been, well, you could sort of say homeschooled, like I do it all at home, but I still have the same standards as usual high school kids have, and I do the same schoolwork, but I just do it at home. So I haven't been in that sort of environment, so it'll be a lot different to go to university, but it'll be a good thing, I think, and it'll be fun, which I'm very, very much looking forward to it. It's also good because the way I'm going to university is I'm taking a bus from where I live, which is great. It's only $10 a week, and I think that's like really good because that gives me the time. I can still work on my book, which it's actually me and my sister's book. We've both been working on since I was 14, I think. I published it on a site called Fiction Press, which is, it's not a very well known site, but in the writers community it's quite well known. Like everyone is sort of very like passionate about the stuff they publish there, and they really like to get reviews, and they publish every week, and some people have whole books published on there. So it was a really good environment to publish it, and they're always really nice about it, and they say things to make it better. Like the main thing they thought I should make better about the book I'm writing with my sister is that it didn't have subplots, so it was very linear, like it was a plot. And it was the main plot, it didn't have branched off bits to make it a more full story. So I'm working on that too, which is exciting, and I'll still be able to work on it during university. Hope you enjoyed this. I guess onwards to better things now. I'm going to university, and like, comment, subscribe.